Welcome back, everybody, to the daily stock market update. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button. Now, if you are really serious about trading, you want to go above and beyond, support the channel, and get all types of daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, definitely head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description for you guys. And now, let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again, and you can see the fear and greed index with a little bit of pullback yesterday. I mean, I would not even call that a pullback. We went back to 62 on that reading, but still on greed, and now we are back at 67 at this point. We do have earnings. AMD is pumping right now on that earnings, in top of what we saw last 2 weeks, massive pump on the stock. And not only this one, entire semiconductor sector, it's been on a monster run that we have never ever seen before. Not a straight up vertical move that we are seeing right now. So AMD is up. We do have earnings. Shopify, that one was down this morning, still down. Disney will report earnings tomorrow. And then we got some names like ARM also will be tomorrow after hour. Then we have these names which I'm really watching, like McDonald's right here, and then Wendy's, because that will tell us what consumers are doing and how they're doing with their business. Now, investor sentiment, you can see 38.1% are bullish, 39, almost 40% are bearish here on the market, 22.2% are neutral. Then look at the market headlines here. S&P 500 closed at a fresh record as stock catch a tailwind from falling oil prices. Well, how much did the oil go down? It was down just a tiny bit, guys, 2-3%, and that is all it took for another brand new all-time high, including Russell. The only one behind is Dow Jones, and you can see right here, AMD tops estimates for first quarter as data center revenue jumps 57%. So it's all the profit there. How much profit they're making? I mean, it's like the next thing you'll know that you don't have to eat anything. AI will just feed your hunger. That's what's coming next. That's the only thing you have to hear. I mean, I get it, it's a new thing, but it just insane, how the same, thing they're saying over and over, and the profit and revenue just jumping even higher. And that is the drug that is the AI drug that is the market taking right now, and that's why you're seeing this massive, massive pump. Usually on a bull market, on a healthy market, you see higher lows and higher highs. And if you find that on this chart that I'm going to share with you guys, in a little bit. Let me know, where are those higher lows? Nope, we don't have any. We're just getting higher highs every day. Now, what market did today? That was up 0.73%. We got Nasdaq up 1%, S&P up 0.81%, and Russell also going up today. Then we got advancing 58.7%. If you look at 11 sectors, pretty much all they were in the green, but basically basic materials led the way, technology, industrials, consumer, defensive. Stock market map, I mean, it's all right here, right? Broadcom, AMU was up 11%, and I can't believe they're actually buying $1,100 strike on AMU. I mean, I don't know where this market is going, guys. It looks like usually S&P 500 is really efficient with the moves, but looks like we're, somehow we got that drug, like I was saying, and it just Intel again up today on that news, 13%, AMD up 4%, and now up I think 7-8%. SNDK, this monster stock from 27 $20 now 1400 plus, I think nearly 1500 as we speak right now. QCOM, yesterday we saw a little dip, and today we saw a big rip. Apple almost breaking out to all-time high, not too far off. And Google, I think this one is after Nvidia. Nvidia drops just a little bit, and even after hour, this thing is up, I think 2%. So I think that headline will come out as Google is the biggest company on earth when it comes to market cap, and they'll possibly get to 5 trillion and possibly even higher, taking over Nvidia as the second biggest company on earth. And that's how things are. I mean, it's just a competition in between these stocks, the big names and the semiconductors. And now, I mean, you would think that these are big names, but then now you got new big names coming up. Some of them almost nearing $1 trillion market cap, like AMU here, not too far off. If it gets to like $1,000, we can hit $1 trillion market cap. Intel, I think, close to 600 billion. Then you got AMD also not too far off, and Broadcom already at 2 trillion. So a lot of these names just going absolutely ballistic. And look at PLTR; they actually had decent earnings with decent guidance, but stock. Kramer was after this one, and this thing crashed. But the same way Kramer was after Intel, he openly said that he got nothing bearish on Intel. So he was saying that he's actually bullish on Intel, but then this thing, just keeps, going up every day. A lot of the financial names are down, including credit cards and stuff, but market totally ignoring all that, and not to mention, if you talk about Middle East, conflict, now that's something that is in the past, and we're just moving forward. So let's see where S&P 500 is heading. On SPY ETF, it's up 0.80%, so up almost nearly 1%. At one point, it was up, I think, 1% when it got to 725, hitting another brand new all-time high. So here's some things, guys. I mean, if you look at USO, we have to look at it to do the analysis on SPY. I mean, it's not working. Usually it's a negative correlation, but now it's positive. This thing goes up. If it almost feels like this thing is part of S&P. The way this thing is going up, I mean, oil goes up, it's totally a different thing. Where oil goes up, market comes down. That's You'll find that in the chart pretty much all the time. But oil was down basically 2%, and you guys saw the headline. What was the headline? Oil was going down. It seems like oil was down 10% or 15% from the top, but that's not the case. Barely going down and just consolidating. I would call that consolidation on oil. And look at what happened here on SPY. We hit another all-time high. Now, have you seen these type of moves before? Not anytime, recently, but this is vertical. If you call these pullbacks, the hourly trend never flipped to down. Now, people that are posting these comments, or thoughts and ideas on X or even on YouTube, I get it, because usually, even if you look at 2025 dip with tariff on last year, March and April, on our way up, we found dips on the way, at least some dips, right? It didn't go straight up. But look at right here. One, two, three, four, five. This is going to be the sixth week that we're actually green, and it's only 2 days into the week, and almost not almost, another brand new all-time high, right? Today we hit another one. So 725, that's going to be a really key zone to watch. If we pull back, now guess what? And it is kind of really crazy to say that now each candles, the top of the candle now acting as a support. Usually you see a bunch of candles like here. That's a resistance, right? Now if it comes back in, you would call this a big support. But now the daily candles are becoming support, guys, which is insane. But one thing I want to point out when we get to VIX, that um, even SPY here, you can see the upper Bollinger Band was expanding. Now it's not anymore, and it's slowly pulling down. So I think we might run up to, let's say, possibly even 730. If we do that, in the short term, things are gonna get even more overbought. And couple of things, HYG. Let's have a look at HYG, which is smart money. And you can see yesterday we came back in, and this was that gap up from ceasefire, right? About a month ago. We came back in yesterday. We did fill the gap with a gap down. We were not able to go back up and fill the gap here on HYG. And what the heck happened today? Well, the market made another brand new all-time high, as now the daily bars, each ones will act as a support. And this morning, there wasn't even a dip. We had a gap up. So we still have a gap right about 719. We never got there today. Tomorrow, if we come back in, watch for 722 as a support. If we give that up, maybe down here at 719, underneath that 5-day moving average at 718, then we can talk about for more downside. Maybe we come down and touch this trend line here at some point. That's going to be around 714. If we get over 725 and we hold that, then definitely, like I said, 730 is on the table. On triple Q, it's up 1.30%. Now, why things are gapping up? Look at this. We already had a massive move. Just measure this move from the low to the top, guys. Look at this move. And now you're trading at what? 684. It is up 23% right now from March 30th low with zero pullback. These are red candles, but we came back up immediately. Even this one, yesterday, how much we were down on Nasdaq? Like $1, $2 right here. That dip right here, that's 669-ish. So this was the previous candle like 3 days ago. And yesterday we came back, and now that is acting as a support. So that is why I'm saying that daily bars are now acting as a support. Usually you see like, big levels, something like this. We come down here, that's going to be a big support, or, some sort of a gap fill reversal. Today we gapped up. We did not even look into the gap, and we pressed higher. And now almost trading at 684.85. The yearly expected move is 725, and we're almost there. This thing is knocking on 700 almost. That is just insane. It would not be that insane if there was some sort of a consolidation, maybe a bull flag, some sort of a pullback into the gap. We consolidate here and then we break out to a new high. We're not even consolidating. It's up, 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 and away every day. That's how it's going. So some people they're good at chasing. Obviously, I don't do that. I am not chasing the market. That's why you guys see a lot less videos coming out because nothing is really there. No good setups. What are you gonna buy? Buy at all-time high and sell at a new all-time high? That's not what I do. So going into tomorrow's session, if we look into the gap, maybe watch out for 675, 676 as a support. We come back down, 669 will be another level. Underneath that, 664, 67. Trading into blue skies. So if we get over 685, possibly we can get to 690 and even higher on triple Q. On DIA, it's up 0.69%. So DIA had a big drop yesterday, almost getting down here. We did not fill the gap, and there is still weakness here on DIA as Caterpillar just pushed it higher today with a nice move to brand new all-time high. But you can see all-time highs, and we did not make all-time highs. Even this attempt was a failure. And now all I'm watching, do we fill the gap at 495, gets a rejection, and we come back in? Or do we actually go back up and make all-time highs? Now, you guys have seen that before, and I called it before in my channel. The Bollinger Bands, they were squeezing here, right? Contracting. What happened? We had a move higher and then big flush to the downside. What you're seeing right now, the lower Bollinger Band, it's coming and moving up. The upper one coming down, and I think the similar pattern will play on SPY and Q soon. But even if this thing wants to go up, the Bollinger Band not expanding to the upside, and the price is not going, so it's coming down, right? So now, if this thing, definitely gives that key zone support 489, we're gonna fill that gap 486, maybe even come down to 484. To the upside, only way this will look more bullish if we can take out this high right here, which is like 500, and get over that, then you're going to see all-time highs here on Dow. On IWM, it's up 1.68% to a brand new all-time high. Now you can see the Bollinger Band was going up straight, and now it's coming down slowly. So I don't know how far this thing will go, but there is a breakout. Technically, we broke out to a brand new all-time high. Despite we're seeing that interest rate might go up next year. Inflation is going higher with higher oil, rising, but it seems like everything is fine and market just ignores everything and gets to a new all-time high. As a matter of fact, this is actually a gap up too from, you can see, previous closing 278-ish, and we never looked back. So another gap up and go. We got really close to closing this gap just a couple days ago. We did not fill the gap, and now we're at all-time highs. Another thing I want to point out, guys, and it's with pretty much everything. Did the RSI make new all-time high? No. And I'm not gonna go back to SPY. You can see, RSI actually made a lower high, and IWM made a higher high. If you go to Qs, you're gonna see the same thing. If you go to SPY, you're going to see the same thing. And you guys already saw, I did show you guys HYG. But all that technicals, usually we rely on technicals. We think when technicals are there, things are going to play out. But is it actually playing out? Absolutely not. When that is going to kick in, nobody knows. I see a lot of frustration out on X. People, it's not about, why the market going up and why, your puts are not paying. That's not the main thing. It's all about the healthy move where market gives you an opportunity to buy to the long side, but there are none because no higher lows and higher highs. We're just going straight up, and IWM, especially when it comes to rates, if they're staying higher for longer, and especially if they're going to hike the rate, and it might happen, right? This thing should be down, but it's not pricing that in. It's going straight up to a brand new all-time high. So something is coming, guys. I don't know what it is. We'll find out. Now, definitely 280 will be a key support zone. As a matter of fact, 281 to 280. You can see yesterday's candle and this candle here. If we get under that, we might see 278 to 276, and then only then we can talk about possibly more downside here on IWM. To the upside, expected move to the upside for the week is 285. So if this thing continues, that is going to be a resistant to watch on IWM. On VIX, another down day, down nearly 5%. And if you look at my screen, this is what happened before. And we thought that everything was fine. Uh, the Bollinger Bands, the top one, this one here, and the bottom one is this one right here. And what you're seeing here is the exact thing. The upper one came down, the lower one went up, and we're just contracting in between these Bollinger Bands. And then what happened? We saw massive expansion to the upside, and this thing exploded because it was already too low and market was sitting at all-time high. So it actually made sense where this thing would explode to the upside. I'm not saying it's going to do the same thing again, but given the fact that it's sitting near these lows, not too far off, maybe you come down a little bit more, but you can see the Bollinger Bands are just contracting here, and VIX trading in between, not too much room to run to the upside or to the downside, and just contracting here. So if this thing gets a massive explosion, don't forget we have a gap up here around $25. So if this thing explodes and gets to 18, breaks that, holds 18, maybe breaks even 20 in one day, quickly we could see 23 to 25 on VIX, and that will bring down market possibly 3 to 5%. And at this point, I mean, even if we come down, I think SPY is up what, 14%, 15%. Nasdaq is up about 23%. So even if we give back 5%, maybe even 7%, I think it's totally within that bull market. And a lot of people that are sitting on the sideline, you saw neutral, right? These people are neutral on the market and not doing much, sitting on the sideline, possibly for the next dip. They're going to buy that dip. So that's why it's really crucial where market pulls back in, maybe makes a nice higher low on a weekly time frame, and then market rips higher into end of the summer into the next year. And that would be a great opportunity. But as of right now, there are none. And if you're just chasing, at some point it's going to catch up to you and you're going to lose a lot of money. So be careful chasing this FOMO rally right now, guys. And I hope that makes sense to you. I'll definitely catch up with you guys with the next video next time.